Hey, what's up guys? It's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So, y'all haven't seen- oh, I look kind of crazy right now. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, I'm sure y'all know, and I'm going to be giving some updates right now, but you can go ahead and skip to this part in the video if you want to get right into what I'm going to be talking about today. So, here's a few updates that have been happening in my life. I'll start with the good, and then I'll go downhill from there. One, I just got elected League of Astronomers president for next year, and I'm super excited. I have so many ideas for the club. One idea that I had that I'm super passionate about and would like to pursue as president, I would like to connect with different youth homeless shelters or even schools where the population is facing housing insecurity or has low income. This is what I wrote about in my speech, that I recognize that I'm able to be where I am today because of all of the help, the support, the resources I've had along the way. And I recognize that some people don't have those same resources and opportunities to pursue their passions the way that I did. And the reason why I want to connect specifically with those experiencing housing insecurity or low income, because I feel like some people in those circumstances may feel discouraged from pursuing their passions. I recognize that these people are our future. I want them to pursue STEM fields if that's what they're passionate about, and so that's what I'm going to do by connecting with them. Another thing I want to do as president is create a scholarship dedicated to those that are underrepresented in STEM, minorities, women, people of color, those experiencing housing insecurity, etc., and create a scholarship for them so they feel more confident about pursuing higher level education in the STEM field. My other exciting update is that I actually just received a NASA grant. Okay, this one's pretty cool. Because of this grant, I'm able to do full-time research this summer. I was so sad about this one guy, and I was like, I'm really gonna be tripping over a guy when I have a flipping NASA grant? Yeah, don't think so. I guess this can kind of segue into the bad kind of stuff. I just haven't had the best mental health recently. It's gotten really, really bad, and it's a really hard topic for me to talk about, actually. Like, I'm so smiley and so bubbly, and then you get to, like, what's actually going on, it's like, oh, those don't match up. Because of where my mental health has been over the last few months, it's been pretty difficult to continue with school and doing YouTube and doing all the stuff I'm super passionate about just because I'm sad all the time. This is not about to be a crying video, bro. I look too good today. Not today. So that's all the updates I have. I know some people have been wondering where I've been, but that's what's been going on. There's a fly in my room. Dude, I am literally recording a YouTube video. This is not the time. If Austin was a fly, that would be Austin. I'm gonna be posting almost every day or every other day this summer because YouTube is something I'm really passionate about and I definitely want to pursue it more seriously. But yeah, stay tuned for all of those videos. I have a lot more ideas for when I actually move there, a lot of them related to UW content, so stay tuned for that. Another reason why I haven't been posting is because I've kind of ran out of ideas at the moment. Did y'all see that fly? He just... Buzz, buzz, buzz. Anyway, another reason why I haven't been posting is just because I've kind of run out of ideas at the moment, but today I thought of one, so let's get started with the video. Dude, I literally cannot with this fly. The window's open. The window's open. You can literally leave my room. It's currently May 21st, so that means all of the seniors in high school have committed to their colleges already. First off, congratulations to those who have officially committed to their schools. I am super proud of you. Today's video is going to be like a now what video, if that makes sense. So, you got into college, cool, now what? There are so many things I wish I did over the summer transitioning from high school to college, so I'm going to be sharing some of that advice with you today. This is a side topic, but Olivia Rodrigo's songs are so flipping fire. Anyways, my first recommendation is pretty basic, but I really recommend getting a summer job. Last summer, I had 4 jobs, which I know sounds crazy. You really don't have to go to that extent, but I was making bank, so whatever. College is super expensive. Not only is it tuition, but you have to think of all of the additional fees you have to pay for. I underestimated how much money I'd be spending in college. Like, I knew UW was expensive from tuition. I had to pay my dues for the Husky boxing team, and I had to pay for groceries, and I had to pay for additional other stuff that just kept coming in. It felt like I was just losing money everywhere. Not only are there kind of like mandatory fees, but there's also some fun fees that you might want to do. For example, if you want to go try out a new food place every Friday, or you want to go hiking and you need to take an Uber there or something. I don't know, like random examples like that. So yeah, I recommend getting a summer job. Bonus points if it's somehow related to what you want to pursue in college, or at least a job that can help you get another job that you actually want in the future. What I mean by that is I wish I would have started online tutoring sooner and replaced it maybe with like Dunkin' Donuts or something like that, because online tutoring is something I feel more comfortable putting on my resume for a job at NASA. You know what I mean? So yeah, try and find something that's applicable to what you want to do. If you can't, money's money. I don't know how I feel about that saying, but you get the idea. Kind of a side topic, but I'd recommend setting aside this money, not just like earning it, but definitely putting it in your savings account and checking account, or even like a separate bank account so that you're not able to spend it until you get to college. That's kind of like an easier way to keep track of this money without like earning it all in the summer and then somehow spending it all before you even make it to college. My next tip I have for you is to update your resume. There are so many times when I needed to provide a resume in college, and this is something you're going to be constantly updating when you're there anyway, but I just recommend you updating your resume so it is your best version, ready for when school starts in case some opportunities arise in the fall. My next tip is to create your LinkedIn profile and update that as well, along with Handshake if you go to UW. There's a lot of networking and job opportunities that happen on these two sites, so I just recommend updating your profiles, and if you haven't started, then make a new account. Jeez, my hair is so messy. This is just absolutely horrid. My next recommendation is to start searching for scholarships. Like I said, college is super expensive, and summer is the perfect opportunity to start looking at ways you can afford college. I would recommend checking with your work, seeing if they offer any scholarships. For example, I know a lot of fast food places do too. Maybe checking with your parents' jobs and seeing if they provide scholarships for students. I got my scholarships through my mom's work. Or even just checking at the school in general, seeing like University of Washington scholarships, or University of Washington scholarships for women, or University of Washington scholarships for astronomy majors, etc. My next tip is to advance your coding skills if you're going into any type of STEM field. I'm not studying computer science, so I was like, oh, I'm not going to need to code in college, and I really underestimated the amount that I would actually need to code because of how often it appears in astronomy and physics. Even if you're not taking any classes or doing any research that involves coding, coding skills look really, really good on your resume. You don't have to be like some master coder that does hackathons on the weekend. I mean, you could if you want. I just recommend getting started, learn a little bit each day and see where you're at by the end of the summer. My next tip is kind of random, but I really recommend you figure out how to cook this summer. Along with that, just figuring out how to do adult-like things in general. This is gonna sound so dumb, but I'm 19 years old and I feel like I'm not prepared to be an adult at all. And I am going to be living on my own in like a month, so. Learning how to cook is such a valuable skill to have, and I feel like a lot of the reasons why people fall into the freshman 15 or gaining weight their freshman year. For example, getting fast food all the time or getting unhealthy, high sodium, microwavable options at the grocery store. Both of those are not going to be the most beneficial to you, especially if you're doing that every single day. So I really recommend you learn to cook. I had the dining hall account my freshman year, so this wasn't really a problem, but I'm gonna be living on my own in the summer. I'm gonna be living off campus for the rest of the school year. I'm gonna be living on my own after college, and then whoop-de-doo, who's gonna cook my meals for me? Certainly not no boyfriend I have, because I don't have one. My next tip I have for you is to plan your courses for fall quarter, and if you go to the University of Washington, then familiarize yourself with my plan. If you want to go beyond your autumn quarter, you can always extend to try and making a solid 4-year plan, because I think that is super helpful to have when you're a college student. Okay, here's where you gotta pay attention. This is my greatest tip I have for you. At least in my opinion, this is what I really wish I would have done, because I didn't do this, and so I was kind of screwed over my freshman year. Workout. I personally wish I ran every single day. No, it wasn't to look good for anyone or even myself, but I had to go through Husky boxing tryouts being in not the best shape, and that was actually like the worst experience of my life. I mean that with full heart behind it, full honesty, that boxing tryouts were one of the most difficult experience, if not the most difficult experience I have ever gone through in my entire life. I thought I was in good shape. I thought I was gonna be fine. It wasn't fine. I really, really, really wish I ran every single day in the summer because of that experience. Now, you're probably thinking, Jessica, I'm not going to try out for the Husky boxing team. Why do I need to run every single day? The answer is you don't, but I do think it's really important to maintain a healthy and active lifestyle over the summer before you enter college. Spend some time outside, go swimming, go on walks with your dog, just stay active. My next tip I have for you, which kind of plays into my minimalist mindset, is to really think about all of the stuff you own, and if you don't want it, then get rid of it. If you think about it this way, especially if you're moving to a school that's out of state, you're not realistically going to be able to bring every item you own. I personally recommend doing like a decluttering session, or maybe this can be like over the course of a couple months before you go to college, and try and think of things you don't really need anymore. You can donate your stuff or repurpose it or give it away, but I personally sell all of my items pretty much. The reason why is, one, I know it's for sure going to someone who wanted the item. For example, if you donate it, sometimes your stuff can end up in a landfill. And two, I also earn some money back considering I spent money getting the item in the first place. It's pretty difficult to declutter more sentimental items, and if you're not going to bring them to college and you have too many that you don't know what to do with, maybe take a picture of each item and put it in a scrapbook so you have memories of it without actually having the physical item. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, I've tried Mercari, eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, and I've found the most success on Mercari. I guess it also depends on what types of items you're selling. Oh, my next tip is to think about what items you can get discounts on as a college student. For example, I needed a laptop for college, so I just went to the Apple store, and luckily they had a promo going on where I can also get Beats headphones. There's always stuff like that going on, so be sure to check out the deals now that you are officially a college student. Wow. Even like Spotify Premium, I think, has stuff too, which, by the way, definitely get Spotify Premium for college. I highly recommend it. Imagine you're flipping on the bus, going home, you just got broken up with, and you just want to play some sad music, and an ad comes on. Imagine how frustrated you'd be. You'd be even more sad than you were before. Another recommendation I have, which was mentioned in a previous video, but in case you didn't watch that one, here you go. Once you get on campus, definitely walk your course route before the first day of school starts. You now want to be that one freshman that has no idea where you're going, and because you're a freshman, you're going to be so nervous about missing your first class. Like, that's embarrassing. Get it together. Okay, just kidding. Like, it's not that bad. But I really recommend you kind of figure out where your classes are, at least where the buildings are, so you kind of have an idea what's the quickest way to get to your classes, especially if you only have 10 minutes to get from class A to class B. Another thing you can do is create a college bucket list. I think this is such a cute idea. Just a list of everything you want to accomplish and everything you want to do before the 4 years are over, or 5 if you end up staying later, I don't know. Once I go back to Washington, I am super excited to go hiking, go swimming, do all these outdoorsy stuff. So definitely create a list of things you want to do and then do them once you get there, obviously. That's all the tips I have for you now, and I'll probably make a part 2 once school comes a little bit closer. Like always, if you guys have any questions or video ideas, feel free to leave that in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.